Donald Trump
already setting his sights on the next term and saying this one's off to a strong start.
The White House is running so smoothly.
Plus, why did he invite this guy on stage for a hug as Republican lawmakers get a different reception back home in tense town halls?
Canada crossing immigrants in limbo, heading north, illegally crossing the border, fueled by fears after recent immigration raids and uncertainty over President Trump's executive order. Can Canada handle this new influx?
California cleanup. The muddy mess left by that monster storm. Interstates turned into rivers. Tens of thousands of people without power. The massive sinkholes big enough to swallow this fire truck. The high cost of the highways now evident this morning.
And mansion fire, a luxury home in suburban Washington, D.C. up in flames.
Oh my God, the flames are...
Firefighters frustrated in their efforts to put it out.
I have no water.
Unable to fly at this time.
This morning, we're revealing the home's diplomatic connections.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
We do have Rob Marciano back with us, so it's going to be a great Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, on a Sunday when we've got some pretty big political news as well as breaking weather stories.
Yeah, look at these shots of vehicles stuck in the mud in California after a huge rainstorm that brought floods, road collapses, and several deaths. And now a second storm is moving in. We mentioned Rob is back with us yesterday. He's just back from the storm zone. He's going to have the forecast in just a few minutes.
But we do begin here with President Trump striving to restore order to an administration that has dealt with plenty of turmoil of late. At his private resort in Palm Beach today, the president will be interviewing at least 4 candidates to be his new national security advisor after he fired his first appointee and then his second choice declined the job.
President Trump is also attempting to change the narrative by reverting to campaign mode. He held a campaign rally, a bona fide campaign rally in Florida on Saturday, clearly luxuriating in the adulation of the large and enthusiastic crowd there with Air Force One right in the background.
9,000 attending that rally. ABC's Mary Bruce is with the president in West Palm Beach for us this morning. Hi, Mary.
Hi, good morning. Well, the president's weekend here in Florida has been a sharp contrast to his turbulent week in Washington. The president turning to campaigning to get a boost from his supporters. But while he's facing cheering fans, many of his GOP colleagues are facing angry voters at town halls across the country.
This is a state where we all had great victory together.
Back on the trail and back in his element. Just 30 days into his presidency, Donald Trump debuting his 2020 campaign in Florida.
I want to be among my friends and among the people.
It looked a lot like 2016. The same campaign playlist, the familiar signs, and a supportive crowd.
It's about 4 in the morning, and my goal was completed. I'm the first one online.
For that Trump enthusiast, Gene Huber, all that waiting paid off.
That's my guy right there. Hop over the fence. Come on. He can do it.
Pushing through Secret Service to grab the President of the United States in a vigorous hug.
I knew he was going to do this for us.
The star is born.
One big difference from past rallies, the entrance on Air Force One. The candidate, now also the president. Trump insists his administration is off to a strong start.
The White House is running so smoothly. So smoothly.
And many of his supporters agree.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
Though some did share one complaint.
Stop arguing with people and do your job.
Stop arguing with people and do your job.
Yes.
But his administration is facing real challenges, and now Republican lawmakers are feeling the backlash. Voters voicing their concerns at town halls from New York.
We need to get this Russian thing outside of the political arena. This is an American.
To South Carolina.
Given the situation I had, I am thankful
Now, the president is back at Mar-a-Lago, where he'll spend the day meeting with those possible replacements for National Security Advisor. That announcement is expected to come soon. Also coming this week, the president's revised travel ban. Dan and Paula?
A lot more news to come, Mary. Thank you. With all the talk of cracking down on immigration, we're seeing a dramatic increase of people trying to cross over America's northern border into Canada.
Yeah, we're watching scenes of immigrants and their families with young children fleeing the U.S., crossing illegally all hoping to begin the process of emigrating there as refugees. And ABC's Eva Pilgrim is at a border crossing for us this morning in upstate New York. Hi, Eva.
Dan and Paul, this is one of the crossings people have been using illegally. You can see the road here is closed. Just on the other side, the Royal Canadian Border Patrol is waiting for anyone who might come this way. And there have been so many people using this to cross into Canada. They've actually carved out a path right here in the snow.
It's very painful.
This morning, immigrants in limbo desperately fleeing to the north. Families with small children making the trek on foot in the snow, dragging everything they own. Canadian Border Police making arrests, but assisting those who make a refugee claim.
We made it, and we're happy with that.
The number of asylum seekers illegally crossing along the Quebec border skyrocketing. In January, 452 incidents, an increase of 230% above the same month in 2016.
All our resources are pretty much booked. There's almost no space left.
The influx really picking up in November. Election night, the Canadian immigration website crashing. Now uncertainty across the country, fueling fear after recent immigration raids and continued debate over the president's executive order banning refugees from 7 majority Muslim countries.
We'll never be divided.
Large pro-immigration rallies in Texas and in New Mexico. Here in upstate New York, a steady stream of people using these closed roads to illegally cross into Canada. Canada allowed nearly 40,000 Syrian refugees into their country in the past year. In a joint news conference with President Trump, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau promising Canada will remain open.
We continue to pursue our policies of openness towards immigration and refugees without compromising security.
So far this weekend, immigration lawyers tell us there have been a steady stream of people crossing into Canada, and they say it does not appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Dan and Paula.
Eva, thank you. For more on all of this, let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, John Karl, who's going to be hosting This Week later this morning. John, good morning. Let's start with the president's meetings today with these potential national security advisors. Why has this job been so hard for Donald Trump to fill?
Well, the biggest problem is he had a guy he wanted for the job. He even mentioned it at his press conference on Thursday, Admiral Bob Harward. And it turns out Harward simply didn't want to take the job. He cited personal reasons. But, Dan, there's also certainly concern about the chaos at the White House. Another person he was looking at, David Petraeus, pulled himself out because he was concerned about whether or not he would be able to appoint his own staff at the National Security Council. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of talk of basically loyalty oaths that you need to take to be in this administration. There was somebody who was at a senior position at the Department of Housing and Urban Development who was actually walked out after getting the job because it had been found out that he had written things, said things critical of Donald Trump during the campaign.
And you talk about possible chaos at the White House. We've seen discontent and chaos, to say the least, at these town halls across the country, many voicing concerns, John, about the Trump administration's connections with Russia. So what's next in the congressional investigation into this matter?
Well, you have the House and Senate Intelligence Committees that are looking into this. The investigation that seems particularly serious is the one in the Senate Intelligence Committee. Now, one challenge here, Paula, is those committees do much of their work behind closed doors because they deal with so much classified information. So it's still unclear how much of this investigation will be out in the public where we'll all be able to see what's going on.
Hey, John, let's talk about that rally yesterday where we saw the president, as I said before, really clearly enjoying his time with his supporters. He was apparently trying to change the subject after all of the turmoil we've seen in the last couple of weeks in Washington. Do you think he succeeded?
Well, I don't know about that, Dan, but I think there's another reason for this. Certainly he wanted to change the subject. Certainly he wanted to get on a more positive note here. But there's also like a personal psychological thing going on with the president. He loves this stuff. He gets energized by it. And, the White House can be an isolating, maybe even lonely place, especially when everybody outside in Washington seems to be out to get you. There he is, back in campaign mode among adoring fans. I think it was a part about for himself getting the mojo back to a degree.
Yeah, and it looks like on that front, at least, he succeeded.
Yes, I think so.
John Carl, thank you very much. We always love having you on. And I want to remind everybody, John's got a big show coming up this morning, including the aforementioned Vice Admiral Robert Harward, the man who turned down President Trump's offer to be his new national security advisor, plus former Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski and former Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook facing off over President Trump's first month in office. It's all coming up on This Week later this morning, right here on ABC.
Always look forward to the show when John hosts. Our other big story this morning takes us to California, where residents are cleaning up after a powerful Pacific storm packed a devastating punch, creating widespread flooding and property damage. The storm has been linked to the death of at least 5 people. Now the state is bracing itself for round 2. And ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us now from San Bernardino County with the very latest. Good morning, Marcy.
Good morning, Paula. And some of the damage they're already dealing with is pretty astounding. Here you can see we're part of a major freeway. This is Interstate 15 washed away in the storm. Those are chunks of the roadway down in this riverbed. And right now there is a team up there busy making repairs.
This morning, crews in hard-hit California scrambling to clean up and get prepared as another storm gets ready to strike. The Sacramento area inundated, interstates turning into rivers. And in Maxwell, the sheriff's department issuing new voluntary evacuation orders as rising water takes over the town. Farther south, a muddy mess in Malibu this weekend, this highway forced to close. In other parts of the state, the storm that hit Friday dumping up to 5 inches of rain, causing damaging mudslides, leaving cars, semis, and even tractor trailers stuck. The downpours causing this freeway to crumble in San Bernardino County, taking this fire truck with it.
And crews worked Saturday afternoon using heavy machinery to move that fire truck from the riverbed below.
The damage from that road collapse now estimated at $3 million. In Los Angeles County today, cleanup, even as more than 30,000 customers are still without power. Statewide, the death toll from this storm now rising to at least 5, while in Fresno, crews scrambling to plug more than a dozen leaks in city levees before they're hit with a second round of torrential rain today.
And the race is on along this freeway. Despite all of this damage, they're hoping to have most of the lanes of traffic open in time for the Monday morning commute. Dan?
That is a big goal. Let's hope they succeed at that. There is, though, another storm coming in. So, Marcy, thank you. Let's get it back over to Rob, who's tracking the storm. Hey, Rob.
Hey, good morning, Dan. A very brief break. The sun popped out briefly yesterday. These are the boats of the LA County Bay Watch watching these huge breakers come in. So even though the rain stopped briefly, the waves continue to come in, and that next storm is already pointed right at northern and central California. We've got flood watches and warnings already happening there, and the radar is showing that we have Seattle to San Francisco rains, but the core, the heaviest rain is going to begin tonight and last all through tomorrow, and we're looking at 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of additional rainfall over saturated ground, a thick atmospheric river of moisture here. It's certainly going to stress the roads and the levees over the next couple of days. Paula, back to you.
We're going to check in with you in just a few minutes. Rob, thank you. We want to move now to a fast-moving fire engulfing a home in suburban Washington, D.C., a home with diplomatic connections. Firefighters had difficulties containing the blaze. ABC's Adrian Bankert joins us in studio to tell us why. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you, Dan and Paula. Yes, this mansion fire could be seen from more than 7 miles away. Dozens of firefighters coming out to combat this inferno, at times struggling for access to water.
This morning, investigators trying to determine the cause of this blaze at a multi-million-dollar mansion in the D.C. area. Within minutes, fully engulfed, towers of flame shooting high above the home, the thick black plume of smoke visible for miles. This mansion, just a mile from CIA headquarters, reportedly occupied by embassy staff of the United Arab Emirates.
It was amazing how quickly it just spread throughout the house. They were, very shaken.
Oh my God. The call for help going out just before 8 a.m. Saturday morning, but by the time firefighters arrived,
fire's gone through the roof. Sounds like propane's let loose in the house.
Gas tanks are exploding, walls collapsing, forcing firefighters out of the home.
This will be a defensive operation.
Efforts to extinguish the flames hindered by limited access to water and hydrants.
I have no water. Unable to supply them this time. I'm going to have to shut you down until I get water.
The fire burning for 3 hours, gutting the 6,000 square foot home, but all the people inside, as well as 2 dogs, escaping safely.
Now, when listening to the radio communications, there was a hydrant less than a quarter of a mile from the home. There may have been some difficulty getting the tankers positioned nearby, but with propane tank explosions, this fire was burning hot and fast. The large home is a total loss. Paula, Dan?
So frustrating for those firefighters. You can hear it in their voices.
Absolutely.
Adrian, thank you very much. A lot of other news this morning, and for that, as always, we get it over to the today bespectacled once again, Ron Claiborne.
The people asked for it. I'm delivering. Good morning to you, Dan and Paula. Rob, good morning, everyone. We begin with breaking news overseas from Iraq, where government forces have launched a new offensive to retake the rest of the city of Mosul from ISIS control. Iraqi troops started moving on the western part of the city following U.S. airstrikes. Mosul is the last ISIS stronghold in Iraq. Government forces took the eastern side of that city last month, but officials say this new fight may prove to be even more difficult. And more breaking news, another new twist in the assassination of the brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Malaysian police say they are now looking for 4 more North Korean suspects in connection with the death of Kim Jong-nam. Police have already arrested several people, including a woman who says she was tricked into taking part in that murder. And Norma McCorvey, the anonymous plaintiff in the historic Roe v. Wade Supreme Court case that legalized abortion, has died. Her case started when she tried but was unable to get an abortion in Texas. Back in 1970, she never did have that abortion and didn't participate in the legal battle. Later, she went from being an abortion rights advocate to a vehement abortion foe. McCorvey was 69 years of age. And the Islamic fundamentalist cleric known as the Blind Sheikh has died in a federal prison in North Carolina, where he was serving a life sentence for plotting to launch terrorist attacks in the U.S. Omar Abdelrahman, an Egyptian, was convicted in 1995 of plotting a war of urban terrorism. Some of his followers did carry out the 1993 truck bombing at the World Trade Center. Rahman was 78 years of age. And SpaceX has restarted the countdown clock for its latest mission after scrubbing Saturday's planned launch just seconds before takeoff. The company hoping to launch a Falcon 9 rocket from Pad 39 at NASA's Kennedy Space Center this morning. That's the same complex used to launch the Apollo moon missions. And finally, it was the annual NBA All-Star Dunk Contest, and the envelope, please, my friend. You almost
Drum roll.
dropped it there. Okay.
Thank you, Macedo.
The Oscar, or the winner, is
anytime,
dramatic
man,
cause.
right?
Glenn Robinson III of the Indiana Pacers. Now check this out. Robinson, look at that with his teammates, Paul George, the Pacers mascot and cheerleader below him, slamming home the two-hand reverse dunk to...
straight tens.
Yeah, how about that? Not bad. To earn the perfect score from the judges and the trophy.
Dan, you can do that, can't you?
Congratulations to him. Yeah, Dan can do that, yeah.
Yeah, I might need rocket boosters in order to pull that off.
Dan could stand there and somebody could jump over.
Yeah, I could do that part, yeah.
I don't know if I have enough guts to do that, though. I'd be a little too scared to
The
get
one
knocked
standing
over.
under me? Yeah,
Yes,
I wouldn't
exactly.
do that.
Okay.
Let's check the weather now.
I'll tell you what, that sort of vertical is useful in the sport of volleyball, beach volleyball, where they were playing it yesterday outside of Chicago. 70 degrees, the high temperature there yesterday. That's only the 4th time they've reached that number in the month of February. So record-shattering stuff. There they were, shirtless and playing volleyball. They got out on the paddle boards. By the way, if you fell in that water, it's in the upper 30s, so be careful. And certainly kids were out there with their helmets, safety first. All right, New York City, Central Park, 67 degrees, going to be the high temperature today. Looks like those are daffodils, I guess, are starting to bloom. The crocus in Memphis also blossoming. So we're at a long stretch of spring-like warmth here. It's going to feel like April, May, as opposed to mid-February. 70 in Des Moines. These are today's highs, and this spreads all the way to the east. And cool down a bit tomorrow, but bumping back up late week. Might even be warmer than that. So enjoy that. Quick check on the national headlines. Here now, your local forecast.
Many of us making out with mostly cloudy skies to start and a few sprinkles south of the Baltimore area, but sunshine increases for this afternoon. Daytime highs in the lower 70s, so well above average for this time of year. It's going to be another pleasant afternoon to be spending outside. If you're heading to the George Washington Parade tomorrow for President's Day, it's looking a little bit cooler. Notice those daytime highs in the upper 50s, but the sunshine sticks around, so don't forget the sunglasses.
The bespectacled Ron asking me, how long is this warm weather going to last? And the trend is, pretty encouraging if you like warm weather. And we've kind of turned the corner, It's almost March, so we're getting there.
Okay.
slowly but surely.
This was my favorite forecast from you in a long time. Thank you, Robert.
Happy to deliver.
Students at Penn State University are pulling an all-nighter, and it continues as we speak, but not for the usual college-related reasons.
No, this is an all-nighter that we condone. This is a live look at their annual 2-day dance marathon. It's all to raise money for a great cause, and Diane is here with the story.
And this is more than an all-nighter. We're talking 46 hours of dancing, and you're not even allowed to sit. Now, this is all to help fight childhood cancer, so naturally,